start it. Let's
get it.
Welcome to Living with Dan and Danny, also known as the Dan and Danny Show. As always, I am Danny.
As always, I'm the star of the show. Dan, you already know what's happening.
What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Chilling.
You looking bright today, man.
Am I?
Yeah.
Listen, I was told my brown skin really shine on this camera, so I wanted to bring some colors that really complimented that and brought it out. So here I am. You know, I hope all the viewers are pleased. Today, we have somebody who's very charismatic.
Yeah.
In my opinion, super comfortable in their skin. Tells some of the best IG TikTok stories you will ever see. You gotta stay tuned. It'll be like 20 stories. You gotta listen to them all though. Like they be that good. So without further ado, I would like to introduce.
I was saying queen.
She is a queen. Taryn. Woo! I gotta add some claps or something.
Right. You gotta get some sound effects.
What's up?
Taryn, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Thank you for joining us.
Of course.
It's a pleasure. It's a
I'm
pleasure.
excited, y'all. Let me get comfortable.
Yeah.
Make sure you get
So to the people who don't know you, how would you describe or introduce yourself to the world?
Yep.
I'm every woman. I feel like I'm really multifaceted. Like I'm laughing because I just took like a personality assessment for a job.
I thought you about to say perk.
Let's get it. Oh, whoa.
I just took a perk. Listen, my bad. Go ahead.
A personality assessment.
Get it out.
It says when I'm like nervous or worried or anything, it says I get self-promoting and overconfident.
That's not bad.
It's ambitious.
I feel like it's better
That's
than
like a negative. You know what I'm saying? Spin on ambitious.
That sounds like an in-depth personality test. Like,
have you ever heard of DISC assessment?
Yeah.
It was a DISC assessment, so it was a whole report.
You read it?
How I work best. Yeah, like personality traits, types of jobs I would do better at than others. It was really nice.
Did you learn anything about yourself outside of that?
That I'm overconfident and self-promoting. Everything else is really accurate. Then we got to that part, and I was like, wait a second. What you trying to say? But yeah, so I just feel like it sounds a little braggadocious, but I mean, maybe that's who I am. I just think I'm really multifaceted and like super talented in a lot of different
We'll talk
areas.
about it. We'll definitely talk about it. I could agree with that.
Me too, but I think it's good because, you know, since I know you and I see you on social media, like you're still, no matter how braggadocious you may be, you're still super down to earth. So I think it like balances. Like I don't think you ever come off like cocky or fully yourself or anything. Like you just come off fun.
Thanks.
It's fun. So for me, you know, seeing what I've seen, like I said, you come off confident, humble, down to earth, and very comfortable in your own skin.
Mm-hmm.
Said comfortable a couple of times.
Comfortable. Did I say that right? Have you always been that way, or did you like have to grow into that?
So sorry. Yes and no. I feel like I just come from a family of like super confident women, like super opinionated, outspoken women. So my mom and my grandma have like always taught me to think for myself and, you know, do what I think is right. And so there were big influences of me kind of like dancing to the tune of my own music or drum or whatever since I was younger. But then also, you know, just relationships and learning life lessons, I've had to reflect and learn to just show up as myself all the time. And that's where I you know, I feel the best. It comes out anyway. Mm-hmm. It's the DISC assessment that I took. I was kind of trying to take it through a lens of like, I'm trying to get this job.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm trying to seem a certain way, but my personality still shone through at the end of the day. So it's just kind of like it's gonna ooze out of me anyway. So
might as well just let it.
Yeah.
Can you give an example? You said, you know, relationships and just through experiences in life that help teach you to just be yourself regardless. Can you give us like one example that really drove that home?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, if we think about relationships and breakups and things like that, when I was younger in college, I was in a really toxic relationship, and I didn't know it at the time. Yeah. But essentially, like the way that he was, I really wanted us to be together. So I found myself hiding certain parts of myself from him. So it was like, I'm trying to play up certain parts of myself and I'm trying to push down certain parts of myself. When at the end of the day, it left a bad taste in his mouth anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, he still had negative things to say about me. So it's like, dang, I've contorted myself to make this dude happy, and it's still toxic, and it's still fucked up, you know? And it was just like, and then same thing with friends. I've had friends like really try to bend my boundaries so that I'm doing things, you know, I'm a people pleaser. And it's like, please, you know, bend to my will. And then when I don't do that, I've had people try to like break me and really make me question myself.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like people really close to me.
So when you were doing that in your relationship, was it because of he expressed he wanted you a certain way, or were you just trying to be who you thought he wanted you to be?
I wanted to be who I thought he wanted me to be. He didn't even say I needed to change.
That's crazy.
But think about how much we pretend or we withhold certain parts of ourselves to get what we think we want at the time, whether it's a job, whether it's a person, you know, whatever have you. But we're constantly evolving our personality, quote unquote, depending on how we interpret a situation. And it's just crazy how I know I've been in situations where I've been at a job and I can't be my real self.
Yep.
I tell y'all know I get down. I never promoted podcasts or anything like that, so I was like, nah, y'all not about to see that side of me. No.
Yeah.
It's so weird because I feel like, you know, we don't call spade a spade. You know, white people can be themselves all day, but like the moment we try to like, oh, you're that's what black people are really like yes, and we're not harmful, we're not dangerous, but we see the world through a different lens. And I don't think they can really comprehend some of that because they might not be from it or know anybody else besides us. I feel like I've been in plenty of positions where like I was the only black person they knew. Yeah. And it's like awkward because it's like, okay, I don't want to be the stereotype, but also I don't want to fake it. So let me find the happy medium. It's like, but that's not where I'm comfortable.
Dude, I just left a job where I wasn't the only black person that worked there, but it was hella racist. Oh my God. I was there with one of their coworkers, this older white woman, and we weren't talking, but the store was kind of empty. And she comes over to me and she's like, so what do you guys listen to at the black clubs? Straight like that. And I was like, I don't know what you mean. What are you talking about? And she was just like,
go and find out.
Well, I mean, I know you guys have a 2-step and we have a 2-step.
You guys.
What?
Yes. Yeah, she really hit the you guys. She hit the you people.
You should have sued them.
I feel really uncomfortable here.
Yeah, I would have went to HR with that quickness.
Yeah, right. Facts.
But we gotta do what we gotta do, right?
Yeah.
We gotta do sometimes. We put up with racist environments. We put up with bad friends or bad partners because we gotta do what we gotta do sometimes.
I think it's on us to realize like we don't have to accept that though. Yeah. Like I think there's two types of people. The people that are like, okay, this relationship or friendship didn't work, but I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep changing myself until I find a group that works. And then there's another type of person who's like, it didn't work for me. And I wasn't even happy or comfortable being that way or acting that way. So let me just be myself, and who comes and naturally gravitates, what naturally gravitates, that's what's for me. Yeah. So for me personally, I feel like that took time, age, and just living to get to that point. And really, honestly, relationships, I realized like, okay, I'm not happy. I'm chasing happiness through these relationships. And it's like, fam, like, okay, we're done talking. We're done doing whatever we're doing. And like, I'm still not happy. So why don't I sit my tail down, find happiness for me, and then go from there? And that seemed to work. It still took some, trial and error, but yeah, I feel like that was the best thing I ever did.
Yeah, same. I feel like that's really what took it to being comfortable in my own skin and being able to like show up as myself is also like realizing, okay, I'm gonna be real with y'all.
Please do. The real relate. So
I'm just like, I'm being real vulnerable right now.
Vulnerability is important.
It is for our community.
It is.
It's very
therapeutic.
It's very endearing to people.
Yeah. That's why I became the star of the show, because I was vulnerable. This guy used to be all political and try to say the nice things. No, Danny gonna tell you what it's up. So please, Taryn, tell us what's up.
So I realized after that super toxic relationship that, okay, I have abandonment issues.
Oh.
And a
going
lot
deep.
of my people pleasing is centered around like not wanting people to leave me because my dad kind of ended our relationship at a really pivotal time in my life. So it became after that, like right before I went to college. So then it was like after that, I'm really like trying to keep people just to, you know, basically not feel rejected and not end up alone. And so I really had to do a lot of work with myself to be like, how can I fix this? Like, I know what's the problem, but how do we fix it? It's not enough to just know what your problem is.
Thanks.
And so once I figured that part out, like you're afraid of rejection and you're afraid to be alone, it's like, well, now you got to practice being alone and like really getting comfortable, like in your own energy, like in your own space. And I would just like sit in silence sometimes. And it was really hard.
Yeah.
You would be surprised like how hard it is to like not be on your phone, not have the TV on, not have no music on. Like you're just in silence or just drive in silence. It's just you and your thoughts.
Yeah.
So
I have some crazy thoughts when I drive alone in the silence. Sometimes you can think about some crazy shit.
Please, I want you to share after she gets started. Some of the crazy thoughts. Go for it.
Nah.
Wow, the real gonna relate. You keep it real, being vulnerable.
You
See
know,
how they switch up.
I could get ocean deep now with these thoughts, and I don't think we want to have philosophical conversations about, you know, what happens
Part
after
2,
we die.
philosophy with Danny.
do you know me? Yes, we surely can.
Philosophies with Danny and
Thanks.
Taryn coming soon.
I be talking about that all the time. But yeah, so it's just I got comfortable being by myself, and I also had to get comfortable, like basically seeking out rejection, so that it wasn't
rejection.
Not necessarily always from other people. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I would shoot my shot at dudes and get rejected, and that wasn't.
Well, I'm not clapping at the rejection part.
No, but
I'm clapping at the
we need
your shot.
Yeah.
Because it's like as a woman, you just always wait for the dude to approach you. So then it was just like, all right, I'm gonna shoot my shot, and I got my ego bruised.
What was it in person, DMs, a little bit of both?
Yeah, and like the DMs.
Can we get a line?
Facts. No, women just be like, "How was your day?"
Yeah. Like, hey.
No, you're not trying to be a little cute with the reply to the story. You know what I'm saying? Reply to the story, then you keep the conversation going.
Any story, or you picking and choosing? You got to do your right time.
Whatever I have something like witty to respond with.
So you're just waiting for the wit to
Yeah.
come.
I'd be like, ooh, yeah.
Are you reminiscing right now?
No.
It sounds like you had a moment.
Do you remember? Bro, I'll never forget. You know that what was his song? Photograph or something like that. J. Cole like fell in love with Photograph. I don't even know your name. I remember one time I was gonna.
You said that in somebody's DM?
I thought about using that line.
I'm glad you did.
Me too.
I'm glad you did.
To be honest, I'm like, that's shaky. And I asked somebody, I'm like, what would you think she did? Like, nah.
Sending a J. Cole lyric?
What you want from me, man? I'm from the field. In my mind, it made sense.
A J. Cole? Oh, she gonna feel this.
That would have been like, I would have got like an A for effort.
Nah.
No. I think when you hit somebody with a corny line, she has to already kind of like you.
Facts.
What about she already knows you're corny?
Okay, but then yeah, so she would have to like you.
Okay.
It's like, all right, I know this nigga corny, but okay, that's cute.
I've been told I'm corny, but in a cool way. Cool. Like, cool.
Yo. Who told you that?
It's not important. He's been living with me since high school.
Oh, man.
Goodness. Transitioning a little bit. You're an artist as well.
Yeah.
In so many different ways. You do interpretive jazz dancing.
Really? I didn't know that.
See? Hey, if you know, you know. Would you call it painting?
Yes.
If you will. You also can keep a harmony a tad bit.
You know, that's what they tell me.
A smidgen. Can you talk about how you became an artist? Was it, sitting in silence, finding something that you could express yourself with, or how did that come about? How did you really get it going?
Yeah, so like maybe 2021, pandemic, working from home and everything, on TikTok. And, I just been working this job and I really hated it. And I just had a moment where it's like, dang, I've been working so hard to like make this amount of money.
Yeah.
And then
So
I
dumb.
it's like you get there, you get the money, and you get used to your check, and it's just like, that's it. Like,
Yeah, like,
so it was like, I just looked up one day and I was like, dude, I don't even know what I like. I just been like working, living for the weekend, going out with my friends, but like not really making time to like know myself. And like, I would go on dates and dudes be like, yeah, tell me what you like to do in your free time. And I'm like,
yeah.
I have no answer.
I don't know.
So I was like, yeah, you probably need to get a hobby.
Yeah.
So I saw this artist on TikTok, and she was doing the same type of like art that I do, like the fluid paint and whatnot. And she did a voiceover, and she was talking about how she was able to leave her job because of her art. And so that, that sparked something in my head. And then too, it was like, let me go back to basics. And I used to really be in art as a kid. So it was like, oh, what's one of my first loves was art. So then it was just
natural
like,
for you.
yeah. So then it was just like, yeah, I definitely like could practice this. And then it just kind of just spiraled. It was like, oh, this is really fun for me.
That's dope. That's dope.
That's how it came.
Did it take, or did you take anything from that period where you were, kind of finding yourself, healing, quote unquote, to motivate you into that lane? Or was it just like, I need to find something outside of this job because I don't know what I'm.
It was when I first graduated school, I was like super broke. Like, and so I was broke for like a minute in my 20s, like really up until like the pandemic. I was working at this job, really wasn't making no money, and I got laid off from that job. And then I'm on unemployment. So I've spent like a good chunk of my 20s like being broke and really like aspiring to like make money.
Yeah.
Before you continue, isn't that a beautiful story? Like moving forward, like as you see yourself growing and progressing, it's like, all right, carry on. I just think that's dope.
It was like, and I was working at like a gym.
Yeah.
So it's like I was doing things that I loved and I enjoyed, but it just wasn't making no money for me.
Yeah.
So it was like, dang, I gotta kind of like leave this thing that I like to go in a lane that makes more money. So that's where I turned my focus. And then it was like, I get the job at Better. I'm making more money.
Shout out to Better. Better paid well for that.
It did.
Hey, listen, the Tesla came from Better. Shout out to Better, but Saul, you good with me, bro.
I'm gonna keep my comments to myself. But I got the job at Better, so it was like I go from like making nothing to like making the most money I've ever made.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, like I've arrived and like this is what I've been working for, and I got this nice check and I can move to a different apartment. It was really giving moving on up.
Yeah, for sure.
And so then it's like, oh, life is great. Like this, I knew like. You ever hear like people with money, they'd be like, you can't buy happiness, or like just because you have a lot of money, you're not gonna be happy. And you hear that when you're broke, and you're like, what are y'all talking about?
I'm gonna find some happiness.
Right. So I felt like in that moment when I felt like I needed to find myself is when I was like, damn, I feel like I get what they're saying now. Like, it's not just about the money.
Yeah.
I done got money and I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
But I'm also miserable and like on edge and like not liking who I am.
Yeah.
So that's when it was like, all right, I got the money, but maybe I should refocus more on like the love and like something I'm really into.
But I will say, to counter that argument, money cannot buy happiness, but it makes it a hell of a lot easier to find happiness.
Absolutely.
Because if you're constantly in that like living check to check, like people call it the rat race, you're never going to be able to take a risk to say, oh, I need to explore some passions and learn and like be down for a little bit to build back up. If you don't have that safety net, you gonna forever do what you got to do to get by, and that's what you have to get money to live.
For sure.
So,
for me, like money's a tool. Like to Danny's point, it's like you get this money, now you can have some comfort that allow you to sit still and figure out what you really want to do. Because we're conditioned to go to school, go to college, get this degree, then do this whatever job, blah blah. All right, cool. I'm gonna do y'all plan, but once I get there, I'm gonna use that money to save and do what I really want to do.
Exactly.
But you got to take the time to figure out what you really want to do. So it's really just, evaluating where you are in life or where you want to be. Like, I mean, some people are completely fine with working wherever and just getting that money doing, but that couldn't be me once I see how these, people really are. Like, for what?
So I want to touch on that because both of y'all think, you've had that transformative moment. I assume you probably want to transition to being an artist full time. And is that aspirational?
Yes, absolutely. I just like hesitated like that because I don't like really foresee myself doing like one thing.
Yeah.
So
But that's a
it's
part
like,
of
yeah.
which you'll live with. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
So it's just like, yeah, of course, like I can go this art avenue and then I'll probably pivot somewhere else and then
Yeah.
pivot again. So yeah, like it's like looking more a little entrepreneurial than like just
Yeah.
an artist.
And then I feel like you're going through that right now. If you want to,
Yeah, I'm all over the place right now, to be honest. But I really find like joy and passion in this pod. From the expressing myself standpoint to also allowing others to express themselves, to the brand management part. You know, by trade, I'm in marketing, so to be able to put all my chips into a product and see how I can help it grow is exciting to me. So I'm trying to see what I can do with that, how I can make it grow, and then go from there, because this will be a case study for any other brand, not just entertainment, maybe, you know, shoe company, a therapist, or whoever.
yeah,
And I can do that myself. I don't have to rely on nobody. I can just freelance.
yeah,
So I'm just, you know, trying to see where this road would take me, you know, really taking it more serious, put more time in it. And so hopefully that reflects in the episodes and all the content that you guys see. So I'm welcome to all feedback.
I like that, man.
Thank you, man.
I'm proud of y'all.
Thank you.
What you been doing?
Me?
Traded. Talk about the trades now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm still in sales, you
Okay.
know, still in corporate, but I've been trading for 7 months now.
Okay.
So I trade the futures market, just like day trading, and I've been able to like get really good at it. So
Put up in the Tessie.
Put up in the Tessie with my bestie.
Said, oh, who is that?
but like trading is fun for me. Of course I had my daughter 7 months ago, so I think that more so than anything gave me the want to be with, spend time with my family.
Yeah.
And have as much time as possible and not be chained to a 9 to 5 or anything like that. So though I'm in corporate right now, you know, I love where I work. I know eventually my goal is to be able to take care of myself with trading. And then once I get there, maybe, you know, explore something else in finance or, you know, data or something like that, get into consulting. But with trading, I know I can make enough to make what I make at work. So once I get there, it's just a matter of doing something different, you know. But it's more so just about having that freedom. Like spending as much time with your family is primary to me, and I don't really care how I do it. That's just the goal, though.
Yeah.
And to me, that's what living is about, not being in the office for 8 hours, 5 days a week. It's like, nah, screw you. Like, nah, I'm going to live my life. Pardon me if I say this wrong. Ambivert.
Yeah, ambivert.
Can you tell us about it? Break that down for us.
Yeah, so ambivert is the name of like my painting brand, artist brand.
Shout out your page. Let them know. They
Oh
can
yeah.
find your stuff.
Shit.
You good?
On Instagram, it's ambivert art, but it's AMBVRT art. So took the vowels out. Anyway, ambivert essentially means a person that exhibits introvert and extrovert qualities. So you're both, like you mesh the two. And I feel like that describes me. Yeah, I take a lot of personality tests. And that is what the personality test said, that I'm both.
I only see extrovert, but carry on.
And that's the thing, because it's just like, I really am a true introvert, but I know how to turn it on when the time is right. So it's like, I can do both. And essentially when I started doing my art and I was like, how do I want to put this out? And, you know, like you just see little videos online and people would be like, you really got to like pick a lane type of thing. And like, what kind of artist are you going to be? Are you only going to do portraits? Are you only going to do this? And I was like, I can't pick, because I'm both, you know, like I'm loud and I'm reserved. Like I like Rico Nasty and Erykah Badu. Like I'm like, I have so much duality to me that I'm like, I can't, again, I guess it kind of goes with, I don't want to like play up one side of myself and then push down another side of myself. So it's like,
no need to box yourself
Balance.
in.
Exactly.
Balance is essential.
It was just like, I'm going to create what I want to create, And I feel like if you're looking for something more subdued, neutral, chill, I have, a style for that. And then if you want something to pop, something colorful, vibrant, all of that, I have a style for that too. So that's kind of how I thought about it.
Nah, I have 3 Instagram pages, so I'm there. I can't balance all my sides and all my personalities. I'm like, this is for this for that, this for that. Just so I wouldn't have a page of 20,000 different things. So.
Yeah.
Nah, for sure.
I felt that too. Because, I feel like I switch interests a lot. So then it'd be like, oh, should I post this on my
Instagram?
Should I make a different Instagram?
Exactly.
Okay.
Gotta use the same page, I feel like.
Yeah. It's definitely easier to use the same page.
Yeah. But. All right, so I'm going to leave this last question for Danny because he said if you know, you know, and I'm trying to get put on game. So will you do the honors?
Oh, what you talking about?
Freaky Friday, man.
Why are you whispering?
Because you know what you're right about, man. Just say.
So Dan wanted to talk about where this concept, because Freaky Friday is your version of a podcast via Instagram. So I want to give you some time to share where that came from and some of the things that you have seen or heard during this.
Freaky Friday came from me scrolling on TikTok, and just on my feed there was this video about praise kings, and I feel like at that time I just recently was like, oh, that's something I like. So I really did just repost it to my Instagram.
I think I remember that now that she said it.
And then and then just to run it back too, like not too far before my first Freaky Friday, some friends and I went on a cabin trip, and we did shrooms and watched movies and had a good time. Somebody brings up a kink test online. And so
wow, on shrooms?
What's what you and test?
Facts.
I love personality tests.
Goodness gracious.
But and so we all take the test, and then we all ended up sharing our results. And I just thought that experience was so fun because you're looking at your friends
on shrooms in a cabin might be
top tier.
You know this is gonna be on YouTube, right?
I didn't say I was gonna do it. I was just saying I could see the allure. Carry on.
I don't want to be in a cabin with you.
I never said with you. Why are you putting me and you in a cabin on shrooms? I never said that.
What?
I just said in general.
Have y'all done before?
No. I'm into the whole, mindset psychedelic thing. So I want to try it.
Okay.
But
it's cool, yeah.
But we can't go to the cabin.
I don't know, man.
I think
feel like you'd be
should.
crazy. I feel like you'd be crazy on shrooms. Like
that's rude. How you know I won't
you
be
got
mellow?
Some demons you fight?
I don't think.
Nah,
so.
I'm gonna say crazy like that, but
hyper.
So then you'll be straight. That's why I asked that. It's like,
see, Dan's the type of person, he smoke and he ready to like go out and have fun and dance and shit and want to battle and shit. People who smoke, they just want to chill.
To be fair, I go outside my house. I want to do that regularly. I just get excited when I'm outside.
Okay.
So I feel like on shrooms, you probably this nigga might do a cipher in his head or some shit.
That'd be dope.
You might. I just feel like on shrooms, everything is like so beautiful, and so being in the mountains, it was just like looking at nature. It's like wow. But anyway, we take the test, we share our results, and it was just interesting to see like. We were like, oh, I can see that for you. I see that you like that. Or like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know you was into that. So, like, us having that conversation kind of led me to be like, let me see what other people are doing.
Yeah.
So, it was just like, do y'all like praise kinks? And then it just morphed into, so what else do y'all like? Do you feel like praise kinks are normal? What do you consider normal, or what do you consider freaky? So it really just snowballed based on like other people responding to me.
Yeah,
I had no idea what praise kinks were. I didn't know that was a thing.
Me either, but I had just been turned on to that like not too far before I seen that TikTok. So I was just like, oh, this is more popular than I thought.
Fair enough.
Yeah. We want to do rapid fire to end it, or
go ahead. Yep.
All right. So we're gonna ask you a couple rapid fire questions. You got to answer first thing that comes to mind. Okay. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you could give your 20-year-old self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Damn.
That's good.
Rapid fire.
I know.
Rapid fire.
Rapping?
Yeah.
Let's get to this money. Put your head down and get to work.
Okay.
Bet.
Describe yourself in 3 words.
Charismatic, animated, deep.
Okay. Who or what inspires you?
My grandma.
Oh.
I
Okay.
love my grandma. She's the best person I know.
Okay, last one. What do you believe that others think is insane?
Others think it's insane.
Yeah.
Quitting your job without a backup plan.
Just to quit without a backup plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent.
Actually, this is the last one. Who would you want to play you in a movie about your life?
I know.
No, you don't.
Beyonce.
No.
Oh, all right.
That's such a
That's all right.
basic answer.
I was gonna say
Beyonce can't even act.
I didn't say she can act. That's what you would want. Go ahead.
I was gonna say like Keke Palmer.
I like Kiki.
I would have guessed that. Fair enough.
Kiki's funny. She's
Yeah.
charismatic.
I feel like she could do me well. You know?
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
can see that.
Well, Taryn, let the people know where they can find you and follow you. Definitely want to appreciate you and thank you for coming on.
Thanks guys for inviting me. So yeah, my art Instagram is Ambivert RAMBVRT art. My personal Instagram is Taryn Got Me, and that's where I host my little Freaky Friday chats. If you guys were interested, we talk about all things sexual. And yeah. Oh, also I did want to plug that I'm doing an art installation for Charlotte Shout. So that's going to be from March 31st to April 16th. So I am doing a giant Easter egg. And that's going to be displayed in Roman Bearden Park.
Oh,
Anybody-
that's
Nice.
fire.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm like really excited about
Congrats. Yeah.
Thanks.
So if you're in Charlotte, pull up to the park, man. March
Yeah.
31st to April 2nd.
it. April 16th.
April 16th.
So it's gonna
be up for
yeah.
a few
You got
weeks, yeah.
plenty of time. So
Yeah.
pull up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys.
Well,
Thanks.
thanks for coming. This has been another episode of the Dan and Danny Show. And we'll see you guys next time.
Shout out to the patrons.